hello, hello, hello. Today is a beautiful day. I have a message on my cell phone. It's interesting. On my voicemail, it says, "Today is a beautiful day, and if you call in to interrupt it in any way, please hang up." There's a lot of shenanigans and foolery and trickery going on in the world, especially in the U.S. with this upcoming election. It is so exhausting to think about all the contributions we have made to the United States, but as a people, we have made no progress. And when I hear people talk about we've made progress and we're slowly getting there, I don't think you can call 400 years slowly. So I don't know what the issue is, but it's just exhausting, and I'm so excited. I'm getting to a point in my life that I'm no longer contingent. It's no longer contingent on situations here in the U.S. It's not predicated on my survival. So I'm looking forward to transitioning and relocating. I'm looking forward to moving on with my life and doing what I need to do to make it happen. But oh my goodness, I was just sitting in the house. I've been working from home since February. Has been really busy. I've enjoyed every moment. It's given me some quiet time, opportunities to reflect and just to go a little deeper. And I'm so grateful that I've had many thoughts of opportunity, creativity. And so all of these things are coming to fruition now, and I'm excited about it. I just wanted to come outside and share just a little bit and just enjoy the sunshine for a moment. This is something that I rarely do, but as melanated people, we need this vitamin D, and I don't come outside often, so I'm outside today just giving thanks and being grateful for all those things that I've been blessed with, and all the life experiences, lived experiences, opportunities, setback, and all those things who make me who I am today. So if you're worried about the election, or if you're living in fear because of COVID, don't. Just take good care of yourself and do those things that bring you joy and peace, and also respect those that are around you. You may not feel the same way about covering yourself and wearing a mask and doing all the essential things that's required, but just consider those that are around you. And I'm hoping you'll have peace for your journey. You'll have love and respect for your culture and our people. And as we move forward, you too will begin to seize the moment and look at opportunities that will create long-term sustainability, and that we will be in a position to collaborate and also marry ideologies, cultures, that these marriages will produce long-term positive outcomes for us as a people. And for that reason, I'm excited. Many are on board and many are not. And for those who are not on board, that's okay too, because you have freedom of choice. It's your life, but I say don't hold back. Us who are moving forward, collectively consolidating our efforts, being creative about how we navigate and manage, the things that we are doing now. But in all things, I truly give thanks for all my opportunities, for all the things that are coming up the pipeline. I'm excited. There's an energy in the air that is propelling me to my next destination, and it's not just for me. I've been a social justice advocate for over 30 years now, and it's not something that I chose to do. It was what I was created to do, so I was given a set of skills and the ability to manage all the stress and anxiety that normally comes along with being a social justice champion. So I'm excited for that, and I'm moving forward, and I'm looking forward to the opportunities that's ahead. And those who know me know that I'm consistent in my beliefs about fighting for equity and access and social justice, and I will stand my ground and fight anyone who is found to be wrong with their approach, particularly when it comes to violating rights. So when you look at the U.S. and the types of discrimination, there are many forms of discrimination, and currently most prevalent, you got to look at public policy, public sector, and practices within housing. So you'll find today that just here alone in North Charleston ranks highest in the country in evictions. And during this COVID pandemic, these evictions have not stopped. So you got to think about the marginalized people who are experiencing the highest rates of eviction. So eviction causes many societal problems. It could lead to loss of possessions. You could get a negative mark on your credit, which prohibits you from finding future places to rent. It causes home insecurities, as well as job loss. It can cause or contribute to mental health problems as well as physical health problems. So evictions, they're not just isolated to an individual. We're on a large, overwhelming scale of African Americans being evicted in North Charleston, South Carolina. And not only that, it's a phenomenon that's happening on a local level, state level, and a national level. So these evictions are occurring all over the United States. Currently, there is a CDC, Center for Disease Control, declaration halt on evictions. If you go online to the CDC, if you're having issues with rental issues, or if you're received a eviction notice, you can go online to the CDC website, download a form. It's called the Declaration to Halt Evictions. What you need to do is complete that declaration and take it over to your landlord or the property owner. After you have signed it, it has to be mailed to them, emailed, hand delivered. It just has to be confirmed that they received the declaration. Now, the CDC Declaration, it halts an eviction till December 31st, 2020. But as of last week, there was some announcements on a federal level, and some states have adopted the same measure, that all evictions are halted until March 2020. So if you are dealing with an illegal eviction, you should contact the Housing Authority or the South Carolina Human Affairs Commission to get access and information on what you need to do to make sure you complete the proper paperwork to protect you. Again, if you need to reach out to the CDC, that's the Center for Disease and Control, their website is cdc.org, and that's the information for the CDC. If you're having issues with property management and owners, you can reach out to the Urban Housing and Development Agency. You can reach out to them on a federal level and then submit an online complaint, and they'll filter that to the local area or local agency that will review your complaint, and then that local agency will respond to you. Certainly, there are some protections now that provide you an opportunity to stay where you are due to COVID, particularly if you have like a compromised immune, or you're one of those persons who has a medical condition, then you can claim that as well as protection. So I want to say, take it easy, take it light, reach out to various organizations or people, or if you're having any type of issues, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to connect you with some resources and an agency that can provide you with assistance. Most of all, stay stress-free, stay calm, stay beautiful, stay black. I love Nina Simone, the song she says, to be young, gifted, and black. So that's what you are. Stay in peace and know that there are ways to manage this, and that you should not be intimidated in this process. And believe it or not, when you look at public policy and the privatization of these policies and how they came to be, I've talked about it before. There's many forms of racism. It starts at the head. You think of constitutional racism, systemic racism, institutional racism, individual racism, direct and indirect racism. You'll find it in lending practices. You'll find it in organizations. It's prevalent. It's everywhere. You have to first acknowledge it, that it's everywhere, and then you have to learn how to manage it and overcome it by fighting and using the tools that you have available to you to win the fight. So you don't have to stress out about it. There are lawyers in place that are working pro bono to fight and halt evictions. Not only that, there is scarcity at this time, and it is projected that in 2021 will be the highest rate of evictions this country has ever seen. That means that the home insecurity level is going to be increased, and many people will suffer from home insecurities as well as food insecurities, and create many more problems. So when you look at redlining, gentrification, this is a perfect environment to ensure capitalism and white supremacy is alive, that the casting system is real. So in order to keep your money in your community, these are things that some property owners are doing to ensure that capitalism and white supremacy survives and thrives. So you see these high rates of evictions happening, and people are now suffering because of it. But on the other end, it creates opportunity for those who are property owners who can reevaluate and reassess the property, cause evictions, gentrify a neighborhood, and only let those that are like them back into their neighborhood. So you'll find that people who have rented places, particularly, I can only use North Charleston because I'm in North Charleston. You'll find people who have rented in certain complexes for years, 10, 15 years, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is. You'll find those renters who have been consistent with paying rent, but because of these moratoriums, evictions, as well as money being received by property owners from the CARES Act, now they have this indisposable amount of money to revamp some of these communities and properties that they own, so they can restore them and renovate them, push out persons of color, and only bring in Caucasians to their community. So this is happening all over the place, and but it creates a lack of inequality. It's not a fair distribution for access, and it certainly creates an opportunity where more minorities, the gap between income and opportunity is tremendously widened by this phenomenon. So I say, brace yourself, know that this is the plan and this is the strategy to oppress African American communities, to make it volatile, to get you to a point where there's intimidation, there's confusion, and that you simply give up. I say don't give up, fight, understand what the fight is about, particularly coming into this November 3rd election with Trump. Win or lose, it's going to be a lot of drama, a lot of fallout with that situation with this election. So, but there are protections in place. You just have to know that they exist. And some people are not learned. Some people are not following the news and following the laws and following the protocols. If you are not and you see this video, please share it. We don't want anybody stressed out, and we definitely don't want the abuses to continue like they have. As I mentioned, there are pro bono lawyers in place that can help you on your journey. You can contact legal aid. If you're under a certain amount of income, a legal aid attorney will be assigned to you for free. Or you can contact the South Carolina Bar Association to get some referrals to the attorneys. Or you can also contact Legal Services. And these attorneys are pro bono, and they will work and manage your case for you if they decide to take that case on. So if you're dealing with any type of gentrification, displacement, forms of managed colonization practices, then reach out to me. And you can also reach out to some of the resources that I provided to you. Stay healthy, stay young, stay gifted, stay black. Much love. This is Loretta Simpson from the Black Women Institute for Social Equity. Take care. Bye.